Yeah, I think it's gonna be pretty good. I'm excited. I've had the creative juices flowing. hmm what do you when I leave Lincoln? I le I think it's Sunday morning, but I'll get back to you on that right now. Or wait, do I even need a place to stay? I gotta think. Yeah, I do. That Friday night, I need a place to stay. Uh-huh.
Did she say anything about it?
She said she'll figure it out right now. I'll be downstairs. Alright, let's watch it, dude. Yeah, we should. I hope it's on. I don't know what size. Doesn't the moon go like this? Isn't it gonna be right here? The moon?
The sun?
The moon.
Oh, should be out by now.
Okay. And welcome. Know what I mean? I mean. And the castle is filling up. Psych.
Oh my lord.
So I put tape down over there. How you guys doing with these wires, man? You ready to kill us, chop us up?
Don't be nervous. Say stuff to the left.
Hello, hello, hello. A, B, C. A, B, C. A, B, C. A, B, C. Dude, this sounds fun. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Now I know my ABCs. That's how won't you play with me. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. Hey, it's Friday.
Freaky Friday. Friday the 13th. Let's go.
No. It's 6:56. Come on. No feed.
Audio is on. Audio is live.
I don't hear anything. Are we live?
Are we live?
Oh. Where's that intro? Okay. And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our first live stream of the boys football varsity season. I am Trent Rude with Max Trujillo, who we will be your announcers for tonight. Today is a great night of football as the Notre Dame Knights are set to take on Paraclete. Paraclete, of course, coming all the way out from Lancaster. And we got the kickoff right here with Anthony Prieto, who, of course, hit that game-winning field goal last week for the Knights to win it in the Honor Bowl. Max, what do you think is going to happen tonight between these two teams?
Well, I think the key is in the run game for both teams and in the defense against the run. And we'll see that right now as soon as the drive starts.
And Anthony goes for the kick. And that's the start of the first home game for the Knights in the 2019-2020 season. taking the ball back for Paraclete. It's a good run, and the ball's out. Max, who do you think some of the big offensive looks are going to be for tonight?
Well, definitely for Paraclete, their star running back, Jalen Williams, committed to Boulder, actually. You know, had a great game last game. Notre Dame, Sean Guyton, sophomore, had an incredible 4 catches for a combined 152 yards last game against Notre.
So Paraclete is set to take the ball at the, looks like the 15-yard line. I don't know why the ball was called back, but we're going to see Paraclete set up and most likely look to number 22, Amir Bankhead, who, of course, like Max said, has that offer and has committed to Colorado at Boulder. So let's see what happens here on this first drive. Fakes the handoff, goes for a pass. All of his options are covered, and he just overthrows number 3, Nicholas Wyatt.
Definitely great coverage by Justin Horton, the safety. 12th year playing football. In his 12th year of high school.
And Max, for this Notre Dame team, how do you think they're going to look to their seniors, who, of course, they have 23 seniors this year?
The seniors play. Huh? We can't hear you. Oh, we can't hear you? No, we can't hear you. But you can hear him. I think so, yeah. Let's try it again. Just speak a little louder. Okay.
And they fake the handoff. Quarterback run, keeps it number 12, CJ Montez. Montez, of course, a junior for this team. Going to look for him to be a big part of their offense as he is their quarterback, of course.
Johnson, another impact. Key players in this defense and offense, running the ball and
So Mo Johnson and his defense are going to look to stop Paraclete as it is 3rd and 7. A big stop here, possibly for the Knights. Let's see what happens.
it appears that Justin Swanson jumped a little bit offsides.
No call, of course. Paraclete's looking for their coach to see what they want to do. Sets up. It's a pass. Looks for number 2. Oh, just overthrows him. Number 2, Jacoby Taylor, a senior who's going to be a big part of this offense this year for Paraclete.
84, Michael Aguirre on the coverage. Another outside linebacker definitely has an impact against the run.
Of course, Michael being accompanied by his brother Adrian on this team, who's a junior. So Adrian definitely looks up to his big brother Michael to set an example of how to be a good football player, as Paraclete unfortunately has to punt here for Paraclete. Oh, it's a bad snap. Gets it off. Is rolling to around 46 for. So now we're going to see this offense. Offense, of course, led by Zachary Siskiewicz, who had a great game for last week against Moore Park in the Honor Bowl.
It's really unfortunate. Technically, he torn his ACL in that game, but we're about to see the sophomore quarterback step up and play.
Of course, if Zachary Siskiewicz continues to do great for this team, he's going to be a big part of this offense as he is only a sophomore. Hands it to Maurice Washington. Oh! It's
Number 27, Mo Johnson gets the first carry for the Knights.
Wait, which one? You can't hear me?
Number 8, Micah Adams makes the stop for the Spirits. 2nd down.
Evan McClurkin comes onto the field. Yeah, I can't. Evan McClurkin comes on the field. There's a key factor to their defense, playing another outside linebacker.
So Siskiewicz, along with Anthony Spearman, are set up in the shotgun position. Fumbles it, but gives it to Spearman, who runs down the field looking for. He's breaking tackles. He spins, running. Can he evade him? Fumbles the ball. The ball is out. Touchdown Knights. Touchdown Knights. Anthony Spearman with the touchdown. The referees call the ball as. The referees say the ball did pass the line before it came out and was recovered by number 30, Gavin DePedro.
Their run strategies. Anthony Spearman definitely ball
Number
for a
7,
while.
Justin Horton, the long snapper.
Pick up the yards, the first down, and eventually break tackles
Number
past
1, Elias
into
Larry
the
holding.
secondary. And
So we have a fake play, or so the Knights were in a weird formation as we see Anthony Prieto set up for the kick. Fumbles it,
fumble snap.
picks it up.
Anthony Prieto picks it up.
He's running.
Oh, and he gets
Taken down, unfortunately, by the Paraclete defense. So it's 6-0. Knights winning over Paraclete with around 10 minutes left in this first quarter. Max, what do you think this Paraclete offense needs to do differently? Because unfortunately, they had to punt in their own side of the field. So how should they change on this next drive?
the coverage with Michael Aguirre and Justin Horton in the secondary has definitely limited their options. So I suggest that they should resort back to the Jalen Williams running back who is committed to Colorado.
Definitely, they were looking for a lot of pass plays on that one. So we'll see Anthony Prieto bring the ball out, set it on the 40 for the kick to this Paraclete offense. CJ Montez, number 12 for Paraclete, coming in at 6'1", 180. Only a junior, so going to have him for 2 more years, and hopefully he can help this Paraclete program out of a So Anthony Prieto walks back, doing his routine. Anthony Prieto, his first year of high school football has been clutch for this team as he looks to kick it off. Kicks the ball. Looks good. Number 3, Nicholas Wyatt takes it back. Running. Gets taken down. Number 6. Yes, and the key factor for this Knights team is all the players on their team with all this heart. As we see, number 6, Andrew Rodriguez, looking to get more minutes this year as he is a senior. But when he's on the field, he does everything he can to make a play for this Notre Dame team. So they set up in the shotgun formation with number 22, Amir Bankhead, next to him. Fakes the pass. Goes for the pass. Taken down at around the 35.
Maurice Johnson makes a stop for the Knights. First down, Paraclete.
See, those short passes also set up strategies into opening up the run offense.
What I think this Paraclete offense is doing, they know that this Notre Dame defense is aware of how dangerous Bankhead is, so they're going to do some pass plays to maybe mess with this Notre Dame defense as they're in the shotgun formation. Fakes the handoff. Has to lay out, but unfortunately number 7 could not get it. So we got 9 minutes and 17 seconds left on the clock here in this game. Knights, of course, are up 6-0.
It should be 7-0, but it was the holder with the snap. It wasn't the best snap.
Yeah, unfortunate play for the Knights, but they look to stop this Paraclete offense here as it's 2nd and 10. A little bit of movement on the defensive line.
Not an infraction.
Another pass play. Goes to get him, and that's
There he is.
That's number 38, Jake Moore with the sack.
38, Jake Moore.
Junior with the tackle.
Jake Moore is a beast for this Notre Dame defense. Only a junior, like Max said. Definitely going to be a big part of this program in his senior year, and of course this junior year as the season has just started. First home game for the Knights. The Castle's looking energetic. It's a great year for Notre Dame football.
Now against Moore Park, Jake Moore had 6 tackles for 1 loss. So that's a lot of backtracking they're doing.
So we have a timeout, it seems, on this Paraclete offense. Going to look to check their game plan, see what they can do with maybe Bankhead or CJ Montez, their quarterback. So Paraclete, they're coming off a 2016 win against Legacy. Clutch for this team as they look to have a hot start to the year. They're currently 2-1. and Notre Dame is in the Mission League, but Paraclete is actually in the Gold Coast League.
On Saturday, October 26th.
Paraclete has a win over a win over Varsity.
The cost is $125 and includes live music and dancing.
Paraclete definitely is competitive within the Mission
For
League.
a great night of fun, with your help,
Some of their
there's a
star
lot of money
players
to
could be
provide
very big
scholarships
threat
for
too.
deserving students. For more information, go to Notre Dame's website, ndhs.org/October 9th.
Yes, but this Notre Dame defense is never going to quit. They're ready to play. They're ready to take down number 12, CJ Montez, as they set up in the shotgun formation. Maybe they should go to Bankhead here, doing a lot of pass plays, as it's another pass play. Looking to go deep. He scrambles to the right. Number 54, Quinton Lyons takes him down, I believe. Yes, Quinton Lyons, the senior, the big man.
Lions made the stop for the Knights. That'll be fourth down.
So that's a huge stop for Quinton Lyons in this defense, as it is now 4th and 19, and Paraclete is unfortunately forced to punt. So we got number 9, Evan McClurkin, the senior, in the backfield for the Knights at around the half. Looking to set up for the punt. They punt it. Almost blocked.
Short.
Evan McClurkin picks it up. Taken down at the 50. So this Knights offense, led by Zachary Siskowicz, is going to start their third drive at the 50-yard line. Great field coverage for the Knights. So Zachary Siskowicz, the sophomore, unfortunately, as a result of Cooper Meek's injury, he has to come in, and this is a big opportunity for him. It sucks when the guy in front of you goes down with an injury, but this is an opportunity for him to prove himself as the starting quarterback for years to come for this Notre Dame team. So we're going to see what happens with Zachary, and hopefully he can lead this team down the field for a touchdown, as they already have one, but unfortunately missed that extra point.
Cooper Meek will miss the remainder of the season. Unfortunately, due to a torn ACL, he suffered against Moorpark.
Yeah, and that sucks as the Notre Dame team blew out that Moorpark team. So it sucks when a game that was already finished ends in a tragedy. So here we go for the Knights. Pass to the right. Catches it. Number 3, Sean Guyton, tries to fight off his defenders, but he is unfortunately taken down.
Sean Guyton also performing incredibly against Moorpark. 4 catches for 52 yards. 2 touchdowns and 1 pass to deflect in the defense.
So as we see number 21, Nick Brenner, come onto the field, it might be a pass play to see Nick Brenner. But he will be lining up in that tight end position.
Nick Brenner, part of the 23 seniors on the team.
Oh, but it is. Sweep to the right with Nick Brenner. He's quick. So Nick Brenner gets a first down for this Notre Dame offense as they set up around the 38-yard line. Nick Brenner is, of course, involved in the track program led by Coach Joe McNabb. Such a prestigious program at this Notre Dame school. Notorious for turning football guys into even faster football guys, as we've seen with Nick Brenner as he gets that first down for the Knights. So Zachary Siskowicz is going to have Anthony Spearman in the backfield, looking to set up around the 38. I think they go for a pass play here as they just had that successful run, but we'll see what happens. And it's a run to the left for Anthony Spearman.
Now they have to develop the run game through Spearman and Mo Johnson. They have a variety of running backs to choose from. All different styles. Mo is more pounds it in to get each yard. Nick Brenner, very quick, elusive guy, runs on the track team.
Definitely.
Doing track all his life.
And Nick Brenner, part of this such a spaced out offense. They're very dangerous on all levels. As we're going to see 2 running backs in the backfield.
It's very hard.
So it's a run for Maurice Washington, and he's taken down. It's a tough fall for Maurice Washington, but he gets up. He seems all right. a little shaken up on the play, but he's going to be all right.
Now Quentin Lyons plays on the offensive tackle, but on defense, he has against Moore Park, he has 8 tackles, 2 for a loss, and 2 fumble recoveries.
So this Notre Dame team, of course, set in the Mission League, a very tough league in the southern section of the CIF. And they prove themselves with their tough play, as they have Anthony Spearman running the ball, stiff arms one, and goes down at around the 25. And that's going to be a first down for the Knights. Max, why do you think this Notre Dame offense has been so successful in their run game?
Well, I think it's probably due to Anthony Spearman's athleticism and definitely the big holes that the offensive line makes, including Quentin Lyon and Justin Swanson. Justin Swanson with massive peelback and pancakes against Moore Park.
And Justin Swanson, of course, in his 5th year of football, looking to be a big part of this Knights offensive line. So alone in the backfield, it's Siskowicz. And he's taken down pretty hard by number 14, Santino Contreras.
Flag is thrown.
Flag on the play.
Nature of the tackle, it was very dangerous. He speared the back. No flag, no penalty. It's part of football.
So the referees are discussing, and we're going to see what happens. Ball is currently at around the 26-yard line, but they might move it.
Paraclete takes over from the 26, second down.
So we see Siskowicz with Mo Johnson in the back. Oh, Siskowicz keeps it.
Justin Horton keeps it.
Oh, sorry, that's Justin Horton.
Hit hard by 25 linebacker.
Number 8, Micah Adams over there with another tackle. There's a flag on the play.
Asa Devers, running back and linebacker, junior year, on the massive hit on Justin Horton.
And Asa Devers only coming in at 5'7". Oh, we have a flag on the play.
Holding on the Knights is a 10-yard penalty.
A 10-yard penalty on the Knights for holding.
Now, part of the run game is to avoid those penalties with the holds.
Yeah.
This offensive line
Remaining second down.
create their space with legal
Definitely.
and all the different pad work that they used all over there.
Definitely with the run game, all parts of the offense need to do their job. And, of course, offensive line unfortunately holding on that play. So we're going to see what happens with Siskowicz back in the quarterback position. It's a pass.
Evan McClellan with the reception.
Siskowicz
Dives
passes
into
it to
Mason
number
Cotton.
9.
So that'll set up third down for the Knights. Around 3rd and 15. So a big area to the first down line for this Knights team.
Third down Knights.
I think they're going to have to look to a play option or maybe just try to run it and see what happens. Siskowicz comes back on the field, talks to his team.
Siskowitz breaks the huddle.
So Siskowicz lined up with Mo Johnson. It's a pass play. It's blocked. In the air.
Sideline, very loud.
That's number 21, Keani Kane, almost with the interception there on the play. So that definitely, and that's going to force 4th and 15 for this Knights team. But
Looking to get the stop.
it looks like they're going to stay on the field. Yeah, so this Knights team are at 4th and 15, they're going to stay on the field and test their offense. That's Kevin Rooney definitely saying he trusts this offense, led by Zachary Siskowicz.
And we have to assume they're going to pass here. And Sean Guyton is the receiver to watch. He's on fire from his last game.
Definitely that last game being against Moore Park. There's a blitz.
It's coming.
And it's caught. Mason Cotton. Is that the first down for the Knights?
10-yard line. Great pickup.
That's 1st and 10 for the Knights. Mason Cotton. His brother just graduated. Definitely, and Mason Cotton. His brother now playing at the University of Utah, a D1 school. Yes, Max Cotton. And with his brother Mason here as a junior who just caught that big pass for Notre Dame. Great pass by Zachary Siskiewicz. Even better reception by Mason Cotton.
Coach Cotton, running back coach.
Definitely. So it's a football family. So Zachary Siskiewicz lines up. Run play to the left, Anthony Spearman. And he's taken down.
Notre Dame decides to go with the counter option there. Anthony Spearman tried to force him to the left side. Now that would have been a play more designed for Nick Brenner with his speed and agility. Cut through.
So we see Siskiewicz coming back on the field. It's 2nd and 7 for this Notre Dame team, with Siskiewicz leading the team at quarterback. We see number 7, Justin Horton, lined up on the end. It's a run play to the right, taken down by number 8, Micah Adams, coming in at 6'2", 180. That senior Micah Adams just made a big play for this Paraclete defense. So it's 3rd and 5 on the 5. Knights are in goal in the red zone, looking to score. Max, how do you think this Notre Dame team gets another touchdown here?
Well, they've been tripping up the run. Paraclete's defensive line has adjusted, and they've definitely trapped the inside where Mo Johnson and Anthony Spearman have tended to go towards. So I think they have to pass this towards the outside.
Definitely. So at 3rd and 5.
Maybe a sweep.
Maybe a sweep here. So 3rd and 5 for this Knights team. We'll see what happens.
Drop back for a pass.
And it's incomplete, unfortunately. So we see 4th and 5, and we also see Anthony Prieto on the field. That means the Knights are going to kick it here for this team. So Anthony Prieto sets up, takes a step back to the left, does his routine. Let's see what happens here for this Knights as they look to get 3. Kick is up. And the kick is good. Anthony Prieto making it 9-0 for this Notre Dame team. As we're still in the first quarter with 45 seconds left, it is 9-0 Notre Dame Knights over Paraclete.
Knights lead 9-0 with 44.9 seconds left in the first quarter. Notre Dame High School sends a warm welcome back to graduates of the class of 1969 who are back on campus this weekend.
The guy came in and put this on.
Congratulations, Golden Knights, on this wonderful milestone.
So for the kickoff here, it's Anthony Prieto leading his team out. Anthony Prieto, he's an ex-soccer player, his first year of high school football. So he's definitely known for his leg with his soccer background. But he's done a great job for this Knights in his first year, of course, of high school football. So the Knights line up on the 35. And the Castle is electric tonight. Looking to hype up Anthony in his kickoff. Puts his hand up. Walks out. And we're off with 40 seconds left in this first quarter, and the ball goes out of bounds.
Kick is out of bounds. That is an illegal procedure penalty on the Knights.
Attention juniors and seniors. Applications for National Honor Society and CSF have been emailed to you and are due before September 20th. See your senior counselor if you have any questions. So Max, how do you think this Notre Dame team stops this Paraclete offense here with around 40 seconds left in the first quarter?
Well, defense got to finish strong here. Sean Guyton, the secondary, along with Evan McClurkin, the safety. They really have to keep an eye on Montez, CJ Montez.
Definitely. So.
He has a strong run game, and he has an arm.
Oh,
And deflected by Adrian Aguirre.
That could have easily been an interception. That's tough. That is a missed interception, but the Knights are optimistic and look to do it again here as it's 2nd and 10 with that deflection. So number 12, CJ Montez, he needs to be a bit more careful here, as that, again, could have been an interception for this Notre Dame team. But they're going to look to set up again with number 22, Amir Bankhead, next to him. Maybe look to a quick run play for Bankhead, who hasn't seen a lot of looks tonight, even though he has a offer from CU Boulder. So it's a run. Bankhead tries to run through number 3.
Sean Guyton brings him down.
Bankhead tries to run through Sean Guyton, but of course you can't move an immovable object.
Like Amir Bankin.
So it's 3rd and 4.
You can call them a boulder.
So it's 3rd and 4 here with the clock ticking down, around 15 seconds left. One more play perhaps before the first quarter comes to an end. Pressure at the defensive line. They look to their coach.
Johnson lining up for the blitz.
5 seconds left. They're going to try to get it off. Hikes it before the end of the first.
Play to Taylor.
The ball's out.
However, Jake Moore.
And that's
Jake Moore with the defense on that play. Incredible hit.
But unfortunately, it's not going to be a
the ball
fumble.
loose.
It's not going to be a fumble for the Knights here. So it's 9-0 Notre Dame over Paraclete as we come to an end of the first quarter. Great quarter for the Knights as they shut out Paraclete. This is big for the Knights as they try to always look for a hot start. What do you think is going to be the factor that gets Paraclete back into this game, Max?
Well, Paraclete hasn't established the run game yet. They've been trying to pass, but the secondary has been a little bit too strong on Notre Dame's defensive side.
Definitely. And who do you think?
Jalen Williams gets a tempo going.
Of course.
Their offensive line gains some momentum. The run game can be established and cause some problems for this Notre Dame defense. However, they're shutting them out in the first quarter.
Definitely. This Notre Dame defense looks great, as it was an offensive show for the Knights last week as they faced Moore Park and blew them out around 40-0. So the defense put on the show and an offense put on the show, and they hope to do that again tonight. With the start of the second quarter right now, we come back.
Parkley takes the ball from the 49.
He's up close with Bankhead behind him. And there's flags.
Sides. False start. False start, Paraclete.
That did look like a false start, Max. So, yes, the players are going to be walking back 5 yards. And that hurts. For a second quarter that they look to answer big to this Knights offense, getting that penalty right there for a false start is going to hurt their offense.
Definitely takes away the momentum.
So now it's going to be 1st and 15 as the Knights defense looks to cause some more disruption than they already have. And it's CJ Montez up close again with Bankhead behind him. And it's a run up the middle, but he's taken down.
They faked the sweep to Nicholas Wyatt.
So we see Justin Swanson, one of the captains for this Knights team, taking down Bankhead. This Knights team, who of course has 23 seniors, is really depending that these seniors are mature and that they step up. And from what we've seen so far, that is just that. So CJ Montez runs to the left, looking for his options. Loads up.
Deep.
And it is
incomplete.
Incomplete, of course.
Santi Weschler, Hiram Pringle, and Evan McClurkin were on the coverage. Santi Weschler, another important key to the Notre Dame defensive run stop. And he had 37 tackles for 2 for a loss. He averages 3 tackles a game and 1 sack a game.
Definitely. So we look back to see CJ Montez in the shotgun formation with Bankhead next to him. It is 3rd and 13, so they're probably going to be looking for a big pass play here. So passes it, and it's dropped. It seemed like he was wide open. Maybe he heard footsteps, but that's.
But it hits the pads of Dwight Wassey.
So Wassey comes off, looks a little shaken up. Hopefully he comes back okay. So this Paraclete,
It's all right.
Paraclete team is going to look to number 8 to kick. Punt the ball for this team.
They're set to punt for the 4th time.
Yeah, so 4th time means their offense has not had a lot of luck today, but hopefully they can shape it up as they're punting it.
Notre Dame defense pressuring.
This Notre Dame defense. Oh,
And Evan McClurkin is down at his reception. Fell to his knees, unfortunately.
I was going to say that this Notre Dame defense, they keep getting super close for these punts. How important is the pressure of punting, pressuring the punter when he's punting?
Oh, that's everything. Adrian Aguirre is a bigger punter, so it's hard to pressure him. But against these lines, a couple of feints into the blitz, and they're golden. These guys have the speed to get to the punter and make a big play.
Definitely, and they're so close each time. So we see Zachary Siskowicz with the running backs on either side, and it's a run. So Spearman around a 5-yard run. It's going to set up 2nd down for this Notre Dame team, and it's 9-0 with the Knights leading with around 10 minutes and 50 seconds left in the 2nd quarter. So we see Evan McClurkin come onto the field. A big target for Zachary Siskowicz is Evan McClurkin, who is, of course, a senior.
Henry Deakins lines up at tight end. He's also important to Siskowitz's arsenal.
So we see a run with Maurice Johnson. Can't take him down. Maurice Johnson coming in at around 210 pounds of what seems like pure muscle.
And it sounds like 32 Nicholas Elm, another 6', 190-pound tight end / linebacker. Sophomore had to bring him down for that play.
Unfortunately, but I think the Knights are going to keep going back to Johnson, as he's a big part of this offense as it's his senior campaign.
There are two teams who are good in size. Players are definitely big, but I'm pretty sure Notre Dame possesses the speed advantage.
And they'll look to use that as they have a run to Anthony Spearman to the right. He gets taken down at around the 42-yard line. So that's going to be around 3rd and 5 for this Notre Dame team. Notre Dame has been pretty good on their 3rd down conversions tonight and look to get another one here.
We see the chosen running back for this drive is Anthony Spearman. They decide to pressure down the middle and around through the pitches. I'm expecting a counter setup where they would fake the ball. Anthony Spearman would run to the right and fake to the left, or vice versa.
Definitely, Notre Dame has some
And
great.
he lines up behind for those plays in the I formation.
So we see Zachary Siskowicz fake the handoff, runs left.
Fake counter into the hands of Henry Deakins, and here he goes.
Taken down at around the 28-yard line. That's going to set up a great 1st and 10 for the Knights as they're in their field on the other side of the field where they want to be, looking for that red zone look.
Henry Deakins, the tight end with the reception. Beautiful completion from Siskowitz.
And to all of you viewing from home, it is 9-0 as the Knights are leading over Paraclete in the 2nd quarter. Thank you for viewing.
We see Siskowitz lose his towel.
We see a flag on the play.
It normally means things are getting serious.
And things are serious.
Some big hits going back and forth between these teams.
So, again, we do have a flag on the play. We're going to see what is the matter with that. And we see Amir Bankhead getting the tackle there. So versatile, as he does have an offer for being a running back for the CU Boulder team. And he has committed for that, but he can also play defense. So it's holding. Holding 1st down on Notre Dame, but it is still 1st down.
And these penalties also help
to set up the run game, as I mentioned previously. But they're going to want to use these penalties to disguise the area they will attack, whether it be the inside of the defensive line or outside around towards the linebackers.
Definitely. Notre Dame is so versatile in how many running backs they have. And all around, they have so many weapons for this team, as he has 2 running backs lining up on either side. I think we're going to see a run play here, as it is to the right with Spearman. Runs up the middle, and we see another flag on the play. Max, what do you think about the game plan that Kevin Rooney has had for his team?
Well, it's definitely run-oriented. With the loss of their quarterback, Cooper Meek, I feel that the key factor to win all these games is going to be in the run. Siskowitz has completed great passes to Henry Deakins and Evan McClurkin, but as the arsenal grows, so does the run.
Definitely. And, of course, the loss of Cooper Meek has been a big hurt for Coach Rooney and his offense. But Siskowitz has definitely stepped up to the plate, leading his team last week to a 40-point win over Moore Park.
Pretty impressive. We see Justin Horton line up on the right side.
And we also see Nick Brenner next to Siskowitz in the shotgun formation. Might be a run here. And it's a pass as the defense is coming, and Brenner can unfortunately not get to that ball.
And that was a screen designed for Nick Brenner. However, he didn't have much open field in front of him. And he had Nicholas Cunningham tailing right behind him. 55, Nicholas Cunningham, the defensive end for Paraclete, has been responsible for many stops of Mo Johnson and Anthony Spearman.
Definitely, and you have to give props to him. It is so hard to take down Mo Johnson. I talked to some of the players, and during practice they say, oh, I hate lining up against Mo Johnson because it's so hard to take him down. That's why the Knights love using him so much. So we see Siskowitz in the shotgun formation. Motions him to the right. And Siskowitz keeps
draw
it.
play for Siskowitz.
Gets some yard. He's taken down kind of hard. Seems like around a gain of 11. Going to be around 3rd and 19 for the Knights. So a big portion of the field that they have to get past. But the Knights did do it previously in the game with that pass to Mason Cotton. A big play in the 3rd down conversion.
Now we see this pretty deep roster for Notre Dame, and that allows Notre Dame to have multiple running backs, multiple R threats, X threats, Y threats, and the wide out slots.
Definitely.
This also lets them play 2 ways much easier.
Definitely. So looks like it's going to be a timeout for the Knights here as they look to set up their offense. Coach Rooney going to talk to his quarterback, Siskowitz.
They're going to regroup here, maybe orienting around the run. Yeah, I'm a really big fan of watching Anthony Spearman run the ball, but this Amir Williams is basically another version of him. I feel that Anthony Spearman also has a speed advantage, and he takes it up the middle more effectively than Jalen Williams. Jalen Williams does use his speed to get to the outside as a bigger body, and Nick Brenner on Notre Dame tries to do the same with his more elusive figure.
Definitely, and that's why Notre Dame has been looking for the outside looks in terms of running so far. They know they're faster than this Paraclete defense, so if they beat them on the outside, it could be touchdowns for days for this Notre Dame offense. So we look to set up
the Southern Californian offense with run-pass option. It's been popular lately in college football.
Definitely, and we see Coach Rooney using it here in sunny Sherman Oaks. So Siskowitz lined up in the shotgun, fakes the handoff. The blitz is coming, evades it.
Flushed out.
He's free, he's running, he's going to take it. Fakes the juke, and he's pushed at around the 22, 23-yard line.
Impressive stutter step by Zachary Siskowitz, proving that he can run the ball effectively and throw the ball.
And maybe Coach Rooney's going to note that, saying, oh, I got a quarterback that can run. He's kind of elusive. I might
Oh,
be
yeah,
using
this
that.
gives you a ton of confidence going into next season.
Definitely. So it's going to be ball on the 33. 4th and 13 for this Notre Dame offense, and they're going to keep Siskiewicz on the field. Knights have not wanted to punt the ball really at all this game. Whatever chance he can to trust his offense, Coach Rooney's going to do that.
And these are going to be a hard 13 yards to try to pick up because of this defense. They're getting more aware towards the run. So
Definitely.
I believe that they're trying to pass here.
Definitely so. Might be looking for the pass here. Siskiewicz fakes the handoff. Looking deep. And it's picked off. Number 21, Keone Kane. He's running it back and taking it down.
He's still not down. And he's finally brought down.
So, Max, on that pass drive, it looked like the Knights were going to take it down the field for a touchdown possibly. What do you think was the factor that led to Paraclete getting that interception on the play?
Well, it's the inexperience in Siskiewicz. He was pressured. He was being flushed out from – he rolled out to the left and was flushed out to the right. So it's a tough pass to make. But he just overthrew it a little bit there, and
Definitely.
the defense capitalized. Keone Kane.
And hopefully Siskiewicz
The
will keep
junior.
this as a learning moment in the back of his head. Hey, maybe next time I don't do this. But the Knights are going to still be optimistic as they know they got time left. As it's a sweep to the left.
Comes
Number 3, running it
Nicholas
down the
Wyatt
field.
still up. Pushed out of bounds by Evan McClurkin.
Number 3, Nicholas Wyatt, coming in at around 5'10", 190. He's a senior for this Paraclete team. Looks huge and looks strong, and he's ready to tear up this team.
Now you really hear this Paraclete crowd definitely amping up the offense.
Yeah, this Paraclete crowd definitely traveling well. But the Knights have the castle as it's a handoff.
Another
Buckhead,
one.
he's running. The CU commit is
Amir
Well,
Bankhead brought down violently by Jeremiah Garman.
Yes, Jeremiah Garman. I talked to him earlier before the game. I told him to go make a play, and he said he will. That's Jeremiah trying to go make a play for you there.
Well, the trend-setting tight end / defensive end, he's a big part of containing the run, but has struggled against Henry Deacons to fight for that tight end spot.
Definitely. And as well as of course, Jeremiah Garman, he gets it done on the field, but he's also a very big motivator for this team as they look for him to bring the team up when they're maybe feeling a little down. That's the same with a lot of kids on this team. So we see CJ Montez set up in a shotgun formation. Let's see what happens. Looks to his coach.
Looks like Notre Dame is lining up in a man press defense. You see Justin Horton
Pressed up a
on
bit.
Carlos Morales. And Hiram Pringle
Fakes the
on
handoff.
Teaching Brown.
It's taken down at around the 20. That's number 9. Evan McClurkin, of course, the big senior.
Now, Evan McClurkin, one of these important guys, also contributing to the offense and defense. In the first game of the season in the Honor Bowl, he actually picked off a very important pass that could have cost them the game.
Definitely, and that's the same for a lot of these Notre Dame players. Very versatile on offense and defense. So we see CJ Montez in the shotgun looking for a pass, a quick slant, and it's picked off! Number
Great
7,
job,
Justin Horton. And Justin Horton, that's situational awareness.
That was great field awareness by Justin Horton. He knew where the ball was and put his body in place to catch that.
And that's a tough look for this Paraclete offense, but they're not going to quit. So it's Notre Dame setting up at around the 10-yard line with Zachary Siskiewicz leading this team. What do they need to do differently here, Max? Because on this last play, they ended up like Paraclete did with an interception. What needs to change for this offense?
Right, so going back to the run, like Kevin Rooney always has before with the small R guys who also play as running backs, definitely elusive enough to gain the first down and get out of this field position they are in right now.
So Siskiewicz with 2 running backs hands it off. Yes, that seems to be Santi Weschler on the play, getting around a 2 to 3 yard gain. So Notre Dame is 2-0, as of course they come off that win last week against Moore Park. And in their first game in the Honor Bowl, when Anthony Prieto hit that amazing field goal to win the game.
Second down next.
You see some frustration on the sidelines. Paraclete.
Definitely wanted that touchdown there, but unfortunately for this Paraclete team, Justin Horton made a big play. So it's a handoff to the left for Anthony Spearman. And he almost looked gone for a minute.
Wow, what do you think his velocity was there? Physics class definitely doesn't teach you that one.
Over 9,000. So Anthony Spearman with the fast run there for the Knights, unfortunately getting taken down. Spearman is so good at creating those little gaps. How hard is that for a running back to do in the heat of a moment?
Well, his vision is beautiful. Ever since he's been playing football for a while now, so he definitely recognizes and has the great awareness to see the open lanes and accelerate through them.
Definitely, and Spearman working through some tough times in his life, but he is here for this Notre Dame team, and they're here for him. So the Knights set up with what was an inside run.
Now, this is an anti-run defense we see by Paraclete, stacking up the defensive line in order to prevent holes from opening up in the middle.
So it's 4th and 2 for this Notre Dame offense. Oh, it is. Oh, it's actually 1st and 10. I'm sorry, but Zachary Siskwich leading his offense to a first down here. Coach Kevin Rooney has got to be happy with Siskwich's performance. What are some big parts of his game do you notice, Max?
Well, I feel like incorporating his run, he's definitely very nimble in the pocket. Definitely knows when to get in and get out.
Definitely, and that's so important for a quarterback so that they don't get eaten up by the defensive line.
He's definitely fresh, needs some experience, but potential.
So he runs to the side. Anthony Spearman using that speed advantage he has over almost all of the players of the Paraclete defense. Again, like I said earlier, Notre Dame needs to start incorporating these outside runs because they are simply working.
You saw Jalen Williams there fixed White Wassey's pad on Paraclete. You see this symbolizes the strength within the defense and that they need to create a stronger base at the line to definitely contain Anthony Spearman.
Definitely. So keeping that awareness. So with 2 minutes and 47 seconds left, it is 2nd and 2 for the Knights, and they look to get downfield and get some kind of a score here because it is the second quarter right before halftime.
The castle's getting louder for Notre Dame.
And we hear whistles. It's a timeout for the Notre Dame team. I believe that's their second timeout used, so Notre Dame with 2 minutes and 46 seconds left have one timeout left, and they're going to talk to Zachary Siskwich and his offense.
And keep in mind, they still have the 2-minute warning. So we have to see how clock management comes into play here. And especially with their run, I feel like it's going to be important to burn down this clock and not allow Paraclete any opportunity to score or get back on the scoreboard. Definitely a great victory, mental victory to go in to the second half with completely shutting out your opponent.
Definitely. So another aspect of this Notre Dame's game is their crowd. The Castle, as you see on your screen here. Notre Dame Castle out for every home game, looking to support their team. So we see them jumping around, looking all happy for their team. And the Knights come out, looking to set something up, hopefully get a touchdown, but if not, they can look for a kick from Anthony Prieto, who has been clutch for this team. So Siskwich is going to line up with Anthony Spearman behind him. I think they need to resort to a pass play here and get it down the field.
We see in the I formation, counter to Spearman.
He's taken down. Around a 3 to 4 yard gain on that play. I think the Knights should resort to a pass play here. Running down the clock here doesn't really make sense for this Knights team as they look to score before halftime.
You know, when you get plays like that with Santino Contreras' defense, you know, hitting hard, that definitely discourages run plays, and you definitely want to save your running back against those hits. So they definitely have to mix it up with the pass plays.
Definitely, but Coach Rooney knows what he's talking about, so this offense has their faith in him.
Uh-oh.
There's some.
We have a timeout for Paraclete.
So 2 timeouts in a row. Paraclete now comes off the field, along with Notre Dame coming off the field, talking about their defensive sets, how they're going to stop this tough Notre Dame offense. So how do you think they should stop this tough Notre Dame offense?
Well, they definitely have to contain the run, keep Anthony Spearman between the numbers, and blow up the middle. I guess Kevin Rooney definitely thought about the variety of running backs he has and chose Anthony Spearman. And the crowd is definitely energetic, hopefully pumping up this Notre Dame offense.
Yeah, and they need it here.
As they have 2 minutes left to score.
Definitely. So it's 9-0 with the Knights over Paraclete, shutting them out so far in this game. Hopefully the Knights look to do Paraclete as they did Moore Park last week, completely shutting them out in the whole game. So
he's built up Notre Dame's reputation.
Exactly. So we see number 15, Zachary Siskowicz, line up with Anthony Spearman behind him, and it's a handoff to the left. He's taken down, and this Paraclete crowd is going a little nuts here. But you can't blame them. They're very happy for their team. This shows the loyalty of this Paraclete crowd as they're coming all the way out from Lancaster. So this team is committed, and they're going to put up a fight against Notre Dame.
Paraclete is definitely no team to joke around about. Their head coach, Dean Harrington, actually enters his 4th season as the head coach, and he has a CIF championship back in 2017.
Definitely so. A very impressive record for this Paraclete team, looking to put up a fight, of course, against this Notre Dame team.
He actually took the Paraclete to back-to-back D5 CIF championships, however, failed to capture his 2nd title.
And that's a big punt.
And we see the fair catch.
Justin Horton running the ball down. Great field setup for this Notre Dame defense, getting them inside of the 15 at around the 11. So we got 1 minute and 10 seconds left. This Paraclete offense led by CJ Montez, they're going to look to get some sort of score here before the halftime. And, of course, Paraclete, they're going to be getting the ball back after the second half. So if they can't get something here, they know they have an opportunity after half.
No, they're not giving great field position. So Notre Dame defense definitely capitalized this, maybe turn this into a turnover and score some points.
Definitely. So we see Bankhead coming out with his team, led by CJ Montez.
If I was Notre Dame, I'd want to be cushioning my score right now, going into the second half.
Definitely, but they weren't able to set that up on this last drive. Oh, but it's Bankhead coming out, refusing to go down, but is taken down at around the 25-yard line.
Taken down by Adrian Aguirre.
So thank you to all of you watching here on this Notre Dame live stream on YouTube. We see CJ Montez with the fast play. Has an open man, number 3.
Moves it out.
Tries to evade, and he's pushed out of bounds.
Nicholas Wyatt with the reception. So it's good that they stopped the clock, and this is good time management by Paraclete. However, they're not left with too many timeouts.
So this Paraclete offense has obviously been struggling as they're being shut out 9-0 by Notre Dame. Hopefully they can get something here to raise their spirits going into halftime.
And the ball is dropped, picked up, and Burkhead is hit hard by Adrian Aguirre. Jake Moore on the stop there too.
And it's 35 seconds left. Going to resort to a big pass play here, most likely.
And quick pass outside.
Did he keep his
to
feet
number
in bounds?
7, Dwight Wussey.
So he gets out with 27 seconds left.
And they pick up the first down, so the clock does stop as well.
Oh, no, the clock is going, actually. And they spiked
the ball. Okay, good.
So this Paraclete offense is going to set up with 2nd and 10. Ball on the 36 of their own half. So hopefully they can throw up a prayer and get a touchdown here.
I say you burn out the clock here. Notre Dame is only up by 9. this is a 2-possession game.
Definitely.
Notre Dame does, however, get the ball at halftime, at the beginning of the third quarter.
So we see CJ Montez in the shotgun formation. Let's see what happens. Fakes the handoff. Is he going to look for a deep pass?
CJ Montez looks for number 6, and it bounces off his hands to Gene Brown.
Was intended for number 6.
To Gene Brown, a sophomore for
Jake
this
Moore,
Paraclete
Justin
team.
Horton, and Michael Aguirre on the stop for that.
More with the defense, third down.
So CJ Monty coming back onto the field with around 17 seconds left on the clock. Bankhead's looking at his coach, wondering what to do. So he's going to line up in the shotgun, talking to his team. It's a pass play. He has Bankhead. Oh, and Bankhead evades a hard check by running through
By
it.
Michael Aguirre. Michael Aguirre drills Burkhead at the 52-yard line.
That's a big stop for this Notre Dame defense with 10 seconds left on the clock. They don't want Bankhead doing anything that would mean scoring touchdowns for this Paraclete offense, of course. So with the Paraclete team trying to hype up their team, there's some commotion on the Paraclete side.
You know, a couple injuries for both teams, definitely keeping some stars out from performing this game. And pitch
it's
to
a pitch.
Burkhead.
Taken down from the back.
So first down for the Spirits on Bankhead's line.
So, Max, you think there's going to be a kneel here, or they're going to throw up a prayer? As we
I
have,
feel like they run out the clock.
okay.
However, they use their final timeout, so
Their final time.
they're probably going to go for one last play here
Yeah,
to end
that
the
could
half.
mean something. There is 6 seconds left with Notre Dame leading 9-0 over Paraclete. So during this halftime, we will leave you guys for halftime, but we'll let you watch the band performance on the field. There is one.
And Coach McNabb instructing this defense, do not give up the extra play. And we'll see who they put in the backfield.
So will the Paraclete team look for one last play to get a score before they get the ball back at the third quarter, or are they going to run it out? It looks like it might be a pass play here with all the wide receivers lined up. I think we see a Hail Mary here. Blitz is coming. Throws it deep. Ball is up. It's going out of bounds, and it's out of bounds. So that is the end of the first half. Notre Dame Knights up 9-0 over Paraclete. The teams go back to their locker rooms. We're going to see you guys back in the third quarter. Thank you so much.
Derek Harvey has been important to this defense as a corner.
First down, Notre Dame.
However, we haven't seen him in an offense as much.
You're right. So Zachary Siskowicz is going to look to lead his team. They're set up at the 30-yard line, and hopefully he can get a score out of this play,
Good
out of this
field
drive.
position. Great field position to start off. They can maybe kick it off with the run scheme. If not, Siskowicz can also use
Definitely.
his arsenal.
So 3 in the backfield here for Siskowicz. Run right for Anthony Spearman.
Spearman blowing up at the line of scrimmage by Wessler.
Max, how do you think this offensive line is going to be able to keep these windows open for Spearman?
Well, I think Justin Swanson and Quentin Lyons are key factors on the left side of the line.
Definitely both senior captains for this team. Going to hurt to lose them next year, but for now, they're going to play.
Justin Swanson, also known as Swanee, number 55. It's his 12th year of high school and his 5th year playing tackle.
So Siskowicz fakes the handoff. It's a pass play to the left. Number 9, Evan McClurkin, refuses to go down, but he's taken down at around the 46-yard line.
Complete to number 9. And McClurkin.
Wrapped up by Daniel Chavez.
So Siskowicz looking strong already in the second half, already at around the 46-yard line. He's going to look to keep this intensity up for the remainder of the drive and the half.
And he can put the pressure on by using. Now Derek Harvey is lined up on the left side. And Sean Guyton. Speedy, as they call him.
Speedy indeed, as this Knights team looks. And there's flags on the field. So this first and 10 might change up a little bit here with the flags.
I believe false start on Notre Dame's side.
Flag whistle played dead before it started. It's a false start on the Knights. Costing 5 yards. Remain first down.
I think that was Nico Navarro.
So this Knights team unfortunately gets that penalty there, but they're not going to let that stop them. On 1st and 15 with around 10 minutes left in this third quarter, the Knights are setting up. Maybe going to look for a run play here with Spearman, bang it inside or hopefully outside, which has been working a lot for this team.
You see Santi in the backfield as well.
Santi at the fullback position, of course. And Santi gets it, runs right.
And he gets wrapped up as soon as he missed the line of scrimmage by number 22, Amir Bankhead, playing both ways. Oh, 23, I'm sorry, Connor Parrish.
Santi doing a good job of protecting the ball, but unfortunately that slows him down a little, and he's taken down right around where the ball originally was. So it's going to be 2nd and 15 for the Knights here. Ball's on the 42. They need to get it to the 43 of Paraclete's side. Let's see if they can do it here on the second play of the drive. I'm sorry, second down of the drive. Siskowicz gets it, fakes the handoff, rolls to his left, gets a throw off, and it's dropped.
It hit Sean Guyton right in the middle of the chest pad.
Sean Guyton's probably kicking himself at that play, but the Notre Dame Knights, they're going to stay optimistic and hopefully get the ball down the field. So this is going to be 3rd down. Notre Dame has been known for their 3rd down conversions this game. It's 3rd and 15. Max, what do you think they're going to do here to convert?
Well, I think it's a little bit too long for Anthony Spearman to manage by himself. Definitely going to have to opt for a pass here. And we see Santi come off the field, so that creates a diversion from their run scheme because he is such an essential blocker for that.
Definitely. We also see Derek Harvey. Maybe he might get the ball here. Siskowicz is alone in the backfield. It's going to be a pass. O-line doing a good job. Rolls to his left. And it's picked off. Number 25 is
Outside
running down.
Devers. Brought down by Henry Deakins. You see a little frustration by Notre Dame there. Now this sucks out the momentum for sure.
Definitely a huge play for this Paraclete team. They have not scored yet. They're going to look to take this momentum into this next drive with quarterback CJ Montes leading this team.
Now that's exactly what they needed after this second half, the first half blowout coming into the second half. Needed something like that to shift the tide.
Definitely. And we see the coach talking to his team, hoping they can get their first score out of this drive.
Now, great block by Wasi.
So he motions him. CJ Montez fakes the handoff. Blitz is coming. Feels the pressure. And he's taken down. Number 35, Santi, does it on the offensive side as a fullback. And he's also taken down quarterbacks out here.
He's doing a lot of work both ways. One of the more aggressive inside linebackers. We don't see Mo in at the position right now. Mo Johnson, that is.
Definitely. And how do you think this Notre Dame team should use players like Santi later in the future?
Now, this is Santi's last year. Here we'll see the play.
It's run by Bankhead. Not many yards gained on the play, you were saying?
So Harvey was also up on the tackle. And I feel like players like Harvey are going to replace the importance of the Mike linebacker position and move it towards the outside, since we're losing for Notre Dame 12th graders like Santi, Mo, Anthony Spearman. Those linebacker positions are going to be shifted towards the outside to younger players like Trey Harvey and Elias Larry, number 1, who's also corner on the left side.
Definitely. So we see the shotgun formation here for CJ Montez. He IDs the Mike, number 33, Derek Harvey. They're going to switch it up here, having Bankhead motion over to the right side. Harvey's persistent about that fake blitz. It gets a pass play up.
And it's intercepted by Sean Guyton.
He's
going down 40, 30,
1 man
20,
to beat.
10.
Sean Guyton is down. Touchdown, Notre Dame Knights. And the big play there for Sean Guyton as he notices the mess up by CJ Montez. A little bit of a slow throw that he just comes in, takes that ball, takes it to the house for the Knights. So we see it being 15-0 here, 7 minutes, 35 seconds left in the third quarter.
No, Sean Guyton definitely key in the defense and offense, making interceptions in back-to-back games, helping out his team, completely shut out other teams, and adding to the scoreboard, cushioning their score a little bit.
So this Notre Dame kicking special teams, they're in their weird formation again, running back.
Now this is awkward just to play mental games against the defense.
So Anthony Prieto lines up, kicks it.
Kick is good.
Kick is actually no good, unfortunately, there for the Knights. It looked good. I can't blame you, Max, but it's unfortunately not good for the Knights here.
Now Anthony Prieto is known for making those clutch time kicks, as he did in the Honor Bowl, the last game, the last play of the game, in order to win it. These affect the confidence, but his background in soccer, very familiar in the mechanics, and I don't fear for his ability to kick the ball in this intense climate.
Knights, are you looking for service hours? Students can earn Christian service hours by participating at the St. Jude Walk/Run to End Childhood Cancer. St. Jude Walk/Run to End Childhood Cancer is Saturday, September 28th at Paramount Studios in Hollywood. Participating in the Walk/Run is a great way to help childhood cancer patients. If you'd like to participate, please email Mr. Klee at klee@ndhs.org. So the band is ready, and Anthony Prieto is ready with his hand up. He makes the walk. Great kick.
Goes over the head of Nicholas Wyatt. Going to be a touchback, and they will receive it at the 25-yard line.
It's a beautiful night here in Sherman Oaks with the full moon. It's a full moon here tonight. Looks great. Great night for football, as always. When isn't it a great night for football,
Definitely
Max?
a little bit warm. It was a lot hotter today during the freshman game, and I was concerned about the turf and how the players would feel. But now it really is cooled up, and the players seem to be in their element.
Definitely. So CJ Montez here in the shotgun formation. Motions Bankhead over to the right. Let's see the play. It's a pass.
And Jake Moore on the tackle.
How is Jake Moore such a big part of this team?
Well, Jake Moore is one of those inside linebackers. He is a junior, so he's young. He's going to stay at that position next year. You know, his dad, linebacker coach, Coach Moore, you know, incredible resume from BYU, and really knows the dynamics of the linebacker. He really can teach it.
And that's why Jake is so good, learning from so
his
many,
father.
From his father. So many people in his life helping him with his football career. And that's what the Knights need, as CJ Montes is in the shotgun formation and lets it go to Bankhead.
And he's wrapped up by Santi Weschler again. You know, Santi really reminds me of his brother, who is also aggressive. He's a rugby player, too. So that explains his low tackles, you know, great form. And he might have hurt Burkhead.
There's a player down on the field.
You know, could be cramps. You know, we hope it's nothing serious.
Yes, he does have that commitment to CU Boulder.
He's wincing in pain, and he's calling over for the trainer. This cannot be good.
I think he said cramp. I'm trying to read his lips. Yeah, I think it's just cramps. Obviously in some discomfort as the Knights and Paraclete go to their coaches and go over their game plans.
That's why it's important to hydrate, drink your electrolytes.
Definitely. So we see Coach Dean Harrington going out to see his player, making sure he's okay.
You know, and the heat can have an effect on players where they're not practicing in this heat. Sometimes practices can be canceled because it's too hot on the turf. So they might have to practice inside, but obviously they did not get the real experience of being on the field, and they don't get the same repetition in.
Yeah, and he seems to be in some pretty unbearable pain. He's having his hands to his face, looking for something to hold on. He's going to look to hydrate here.
AP students are reminded to register for your AP class through College Board immediately. If you do not register for your AP, please see Mr. Kearns or your counselor.
So, Max, with 6 minutes and 46 seconds left, Paraclete, of course, having the ball with 3rd down and 4, what do you think this Notre Dame defense has to do to stop them?
Well, here goes their run game. They have other threats in the like Nicholas Wyatt and Jalen Williams on the outside for the receiver positions. And that's never good to see him limping off like that.
Well, at least he's walking off on his own strength.
Right.
But he doesn't seem to be able to walk normally on that left foot. Hopefully it's just cramps.
Yeah, hopefully the trainers will probably take a look at that. Never wish anything bad to happen, especially to someone of his
talented
future.
as him.
Right.
Yeah. And even though he is so talented, this Paraclete offense has not really been looking at him as a target today. I'm really unsure of why, as he gets some applause coming off the field.
Right. Jalen Williams has been getting some carries too, averaging 2 yards.
So this offense is going to look to not be shaken up by losing one of their best players and trying to continue down the field, as CJ Montes is going to lead his team here.
I think just open up the pass game.
Definitely. They were already looking at the pass game already, but now that they've lost their run game,
thrown a little bit in front of Nicholas Wyatt. Jacoby Taylor there. You know, another senior on this Paraclete offense.
And that's a clutch play by Derek Harvey, who came around the outside of the blocking Paraclete and got in the face of CJ Montes.
Yeah, so that's going to be the key here in these final minutes of the game and third quarter.
So it's 4th and 4, and Paraclete is forced to punt here.
You see Evan McClurkin for receiving the punt. I'd like to see him at defense and offense playing both ways.
Definitely. Versatility is so important of being a high school football player. Gets the catch. Almost blocked again by this Notre Dame team.
And he calls for the fair catch. Ooh, hit over by Mason Cotton there.
Little bit of miscommunication, but the Knights are all right. And they start in some great field position at the 48 of Paraclete. So Max, with Zachary Siskowicz leading his team, what do you think he needs to do to get his team down the field and score another touchdown?
Well, so this defensive line of and these linebackers for Paraclete's defense have been very pressuring. They've been showing the blitz and committing to it. Now, Cisco, he's a little bit inexperienced, but he does well scrambling. But, however, I feel like Anthony Spearman is just such a great tool to use right now, especially to drain the clock.
Nick Brenner. He's coming. Looks a little deep. Oh, and just off the hands of number 26, Anthony Spearman. Oh, he's got to be kicking himself after that one.
And we probably see some cramping problems here for Notre Dame's offensive
And that's
line.
a great look by Cisco, who saw Anthony Spearman wide open. Just maybe let him a little too much, but I think that was in Anthony's range. But they're going to try not to lose any confidence here after this.
No, you see Justin Swanson stretching out his hamstring, right hamstring there. Hopefully that won't bother him in the play.
Well, his performance tonight has been great, so I don't think it'll bother him much. So Cisco looks for another pass.
Trey Harvey hit out of bounds by Jalen Williams. Junior against junior there.
So the ball is set up on around the 39-yard line. We got the cheerleaders roaring, the Castles here. This Notre Dame experience is great. Cisco's going to look to lead his team down the field as it is 3rd and 6 with 6 minutes left in this third quarter. Of course, Notre Dame is up 15-0 over Paraclete.
Great field position at the 44-yard line. They're just trying to get into that secondary.
So Cisco in shotgun formation, looks for the pass. Gets
The
out of
pocket
there.
collapses.
There's a flag on the play. And he's taken down at around the 45-yard line.
Yeah, so that's where you see issues for Cisco as a young quarterback, especially as a sophomore playing on this big stage, Friday Night Lights, can get to you.
So we're going to see the flag here on the play. Ref is calling it. Holding on offense. Call is going to be declined here, making it 4th down and around 3 for this Notre Dame team.
I say you give it to the running back coming in, or they're punting it for the first time in the game. Here, Adrian Aguirre for the punt, Justin Horton with a long snap.
I don't think it's the first punt of the game, but it's definitely been a few. Definitely Paraclete has punted way more than this Notre Dame team, showing the difference in the offensive skills and also the speed difference for these teams. So we await the punt, fumbles it, and he gets it off.
Andrew Rodriguez gets all over the ball, stopped at around the 28-yard line.
So we're going to see CJ Montez and this Paraclete offense set up at the 28-yard line. Hopefully they can get down the field. They have no points on the board. There has been some signs of promise for this Paraclete team, but with the loss of Bankhead, their running back, who they weren't even using, it's going to be tough for them to come back, but they can definitely do it.
I feel like it has to be in their defense to make the stops. Santino Contreras has been having a great game, as well as Nicholas Cunningham on the defensive line of Paraclete.
So we see CJ Montez again in this shotgun formation. But what we don't see is Bankhead out there, as he unfortunately has had some cramping. Yet it's a pass play. Number 3.
Hit by Elias Larry.
And that's a tough collision for number 1, Elias Larry, and number 3, Nicholas Wyatt. Wyatt goes down on the play, and Larry's able to get the
And we
stop.
see Amir Bankhead back on the field in the back.
Oh, so he is back after the cramping. Do they look to use him? They don't. It's a quarterback keeper down the middle.
Hit by Jeremiah Garmon and John Lauro.
Tackled by number 2 for the Knights.
John Lowe and Jeremiah Garmon, two seniors who have been playing together on the same team since freshman year. Definitely a lot bonded and good chemistry between this Notre Dame defense. Probably leads to their.
So it's 3rd and 1, and they do the quarterback keeper, and he gets it. 3rd and 1, this Paraclete team converts. 1st and 10 on the 39. We got 4 minutes left in this 3rd quarter. Max, what do you think they're going to try to do differently after getting this conversion?
Well, I think as long as they keep trying down the middle, the run will eventually open up. And if Burkhead feels healthy enough, he will definitely use his athleticism to surpass this defensive line of Notre Dame, because they've been a brick wall so far.
So they give it to Bankhead, who seems to be feeling better, and he's taken down very roughly at around the 42.
Justin Horton always adding his 2 cents into every tackle. Love to see that, flying down the field.
They don't call him Versace J for no reason. His play is designer.
He is gold. He's wearing those gold cleats, shining bright.
So this Notre Dame defense is styling with the help of Justin Horton. We have Bankhead here with CJ at the shotgun formation. Fakes the handoff. Quarterback keeper taken down. No yards gained on the play.
John Laura with the tackle there. John Lauro had been hurt earlier, hamstring issues. Had not been able to participate in that game last week against Moore Park.
So again, the shotgun formation here for CJ Montez. And now he's looking at his coach, wondering what this team should do to change what has been a blowout so far for this Notre Dame team, 15-0. Hopefully Dean Harrington and his offense can shape up, as it's almost fumbled. Lets the pass go. And straight through the hands of number 6, Tajan Brown.
Now you got to make those catches. However, he could have gotten blown up there, so it might have been better that he did not catch that. Justin Horton has been looming in on every receiver. Very strong secondary of this Notre Dame defense. Coach McNabb has definitely drilled into their heads and backstep and opening it up.
So we have number 9, Evan McClurkin, back for the punt. Last year having 51 tackles and 4 interceptions in his 2018-2019 season. Oh, and it's a fake. Lets the pass go. Almost picked off. So that's going to be 1st and 10 from the 40 for this Notre Dame team.
Now bounce off the pads of Damian Cisneros. One of his twin, Carlos Cisneros. Also been playing since freshman year on the same team. And even before that.
And Max, you were on the team with some of these seniors your freshman and sophomore year. How has this team come together as a family, and how does that reflect in their play?
Well, everybody definitely knows everybody's strong suits and where we are, because a chain is only as strong as its weakest link. So we know where we have to help others, and we definitely use our abilities to the best we can.
So this Notre Dame family puts their offense on the field with Cisco leading the pack. Looks for a pass, looks deep. Number 3 is open.
Sean Guyton with the touchdown.
Sean Guyton wide open.
Speedy McQueen there.
Where was that Paraclete safety unit? What a great touchdown for this Notre Dame team, making it 21-0 with 2 minutes left in the 3rd.
Sean Guyton having a great game so far.
That touchdown right there shows how much this team depends on their class of 2020, the seniors. Sean Guyton, of course, being one of the greatest seniors on this team.
You know, he's interested in playing at Yale.
So we look for the kick here from Prieto. And he makes it. That must feel good for Prieto after missing the last extra point attempt.
It can be frustrating whether you're on the defense, special teams, or offense if things aren't going your way. But like these Paraclete guys, they definitely keeping composed on the sidelines. You know, they're not losing hope.
Yeah, and we've seen multiple teams break down as a result of Notre Dame's pressure. But like you said, this team is keeping their composure, which is definitely respectable. So it's 22-0 with 2 minutes left, and this Knights team is gonna kick the ball back to Paraclete and see if Paraclete can get some.
Kickoff for the Knights.
And Coach Curiel coaching the special teams very well,
And number 5, Jalen Rollins back.
turning them into heat-seeking missiles.
So Anthony Prieto is walking back, setting up for his routine, and the band is going crazy. Nothing can really beat Friday Night Lights as Anthony Prieto goes for the kick. Number 3 takes it out. He's going back to the other side.
Nicholas Wyatt beating his defender.
He's going, losing his balance, and he's taken out of bounds at around the 50-yard line.
Pushed out of bounds by Nick Brenner.
Now
And
we're
he's
seeing
cramping up after that one.
yeah.
Across 50-yard line.
Hydration, a big problem for this Paraclete team as we see number 22, Bankhead, going down with some cramps. And now we see number 3 going down with some cramps as well. That's going to be number 3, Nicholas Wyatt.
And you see his trainer taking him away right away. No, want to keep them healthy. Brutal
So
sport.
we've been seeing the strengths and weaknesses of this Paraclete offense all night. Max, how do you think, if possible, they get a score here on this drive?
Well, going back to the run game has proved unsuccessful. So I feel like they have to start making opportunities with the pass. They have to start overwhelming one side like they have been with crossing down the middles with trios. We'll see right now.
Most definitely, as he gives the ball to Bankhead. He's running. Gets a good gain on the play.
Bankhead the ball carrier.
That's going to be around an 8 or 9 yard gain, making it 2nd and 1 with 2 minutes left in this third quarter.
Adrian Aguirre. And
Adrian Aguirre on the tackle.
So when we look at the defensive line for this Notre Dame team, it is stacked, mainly with the number 70 Tadashi Butler leading the pack as a senior in his last campaign of high school football. So they give it to Bankhead, and he gets taken down at around the 35, but that's going to be a first down for this Paraclete offense.
70, Sue Adioye to make the stop.
Tadashi Butler, 79, another dual sport athlete, also participating in lacrosse. However, he's had to miss a couple seasons due to his knee and ACL injuries.
Yeah, and injuries, of course, a big problem as this team lost their starting quarterback Cooper Meek last week. Speaking of starting quarterbacks,
You got him.
Bankhead's
Yeah.
third carry in a row.
Bankhead
this-
brought down.
this Paraclete team is still working here, trying to get their first score of the game as it's 22-0 Notre Dame with around 40 seconds left.
Second down.
And a second down conversion, trying to move to chains. Definitely want to not chew precious time off the clock and use every valuable second.
Most definitely.
Pocket collapses
Goes for the one-handed catch there, but
and runs into his coach on the sideline. Hopefully he's all right.
and great coverage there by Evan McClurkin, getting in his face, making sure he dropped that ball.
I love it when you see all the guys flying to the football. As Coach K used to say, head on a swivel and hit him hard. Something.
So this football team is composed of many multi-sport athletes. Max, what's the importance of playing more than one sport?
Well, you see, you got to be athletic. You got to know your body and definitely, increase your skills in this game through other sports.
Definitely. So we see the shotgun formation. And he's wide
To
open.
Bankhead running in for the touchdown. Ooh.
Does a little taunt before he goes in. So that's going to make it 22-6 as Bankhead gets Paraclete's first score of the game in the third quarter with 17 seconds left.
Gets warned there by the ref.
And we
Nice
go
on
back
the
to the
replay.
replay here. We see CJ Montez.
It was a screen pass, little dish to Burkhead, and he accelerates. He sees Adrian Aguirre behind him. He says, I do not want any of that, and runs into the end zone.
So we're going to see number 20, Daniel Burgos, set up for his first extra point of the night. He's probably feeling good, so he gets to show off his skills. Let's see if he makes it. And the kick is up. Through the uprights. 22-7. Notre Dame leaving this Paraclete team.
And you'd love to see them hydrating on the sidelines. Don't want to deny them precious water in this heat.
Definitely. It was a hot one today with highs of 98. So, Max, what do you think Coach Rooney's game plan is as of right now, as it's 22-7 with the Notre Dame team
17 seconds left with the third quarter, basically moving on to the fourth. I think you got to go back to the run. Definitely use all your running backs. Don't just use Spearman. Put in Mo. Mo has had an amazing game on defense, so you might want to rest him and put in Nick Brenner. Definitely go for sweeps. Use Evan McClurkin. We haven't seen him much at the offensive positions.
Yeah, and hopefully we get to see some players that are not getting as many minutes see the field in this upcoming fourth quarter, as we only have a couple seconds left in this third quarter. So number 20, Daniel Burgos, is set to kick it off for this Paraclete team, and he does just that. A short kick. It's going to be taken out. And number 19, Riley Drake, is taken down for the Knights.
Riley Drake also battling injuries. Jake Stitch. Riley Drake is battling an injury on the sideline right now where he had to get surgery on his ACL.
Yeah, and that's a tough process when you injure that ACL. But Riley Drake is coming back in. He just made that
Seems
return.
to be a very common injury. Made off of tackles. Some tackles can be a little bit dangerous.
Most definitely. So we see Nick Brenner sweep to the right, and he gets taken down at around the 35-yard line.
Gain of 2 yards. And be second
and
down.
That's going to close out the third quarter for the Knights and Paraclete. It is 22-7 with the Knights leading at the end of the third quarter.
Ladies and gentlemen, that'll be the last play of the third quarter. Currently still stands.
Powerful, powerful. Now, the momentum kind of shifts towards the favor of Burkhead. That might have given the confidence, that touchdown. And if they can create other opportunities like that, maybe not in the screen, because the field opens up in the middle. Sometimes when Trey and Elias move back with Justin. However, that's how they're covering the receivers like Jalen Williams and Nicholas Wyatt so well, and they're denying them any receptions.
Most definitely. So we see it's a 15-point gap. Max, how possible is it, do you think, that we see a comeback here for this Paraclete team?
It's very possible, especially with their athletes. Anything can happen in football.
Yeah, this Paraclete team still kicking here in the fourth quarter. They've been down, but they are definitely not out. So Siskiewicz, lined up with Anthony Spearman to his left, is going to set up for this Notre Dame team on the 35. And they fake the handoff to Nick Brenner, and Siskiewicz keeps it. And he's just taken down pretty hard at the 40-yard line. So that's a nice pickup of 3 for Siskiewicz, showing again his versatility with the run game.
With the stop there was Gavin DiPedro. Crucial at that linebacker spot for Paraclete. And those guys are the guys who need to step up right now to stop the run. The run is a priority of the line and the linebackers. And these linebackers, they haven't been wrapping up Anthony Spearman. They need to get him down.
Yeah, have some solid tackles is really important so that they stop the momentum of this Notre Dame team as Siskiewicz is alone looking for the pass.
And
he gets it off to number 26, Spearman, looking for a gap. What a gain for that Notre Dame team. Now at the 20-yard line of Paraclete's own side.
Big gain. Brought down by number 5, Jalen Williams.
We see the replay here. Spearman wide open in the center of the field. A rare occasion. Spearman being wide open anywhere, in fact.
Nicholas Wyatt and Jalen Williams were on him.
Max, what do you think makes Anthony Spearman different from all the other running backs?
He's big. He's definitely big, and he's fast. You don't see running backs that big and fast. Those have a negative correlation, as Ms. Rafe would say.
Definitely. So we see Nick Brenner sweep it to the right. He's speedy, but he gets taken down at around the 18-yard line.
Have Micah Adams on the hit there. You know, and this line is very young for Notre Dame, so they have a bright future ahead of them. Even after Swanee and Quentin Lyons leave, they
Definitely
still have talent on there.
And that's going to be an interesting look next year when Notre Dame is looking to reset after losing 23 seniors. So for the Knights, it's 2nd and 9 here with 10 minutes left. Siskowicz with 2 running backs and gives it to Nick Brenner again, who runs it up the middle. Loses the ball. Paraclete player falls on it.
Hard.
It is
Nick
Paraclete's
Brenner
ball.
Is down. That is not good to see. The hit jarred it loose, but
and we have a Notre Dame
a
player on the ground.
there.
Let's look at that again. Nick Brenner runs it up the middle.
Out to the outside.
And he's hit. Hit looked a
Nicholas
little
White,
high.
yeah, hit a little bit high on
Nick Brenner's still on the field. Hopefully it's nothing serious. Those head hits are very dangerous. This is a scary sight.
You want to make sure he's okay. Take all the time he needs. He is moving, though. He seems like he's aware.
He seems to have
He's
full
conscious.
movement. Coach Kramer has a firm grip on his helmet, trying to talk to him, communicate, see if he's okay.
They're going to pull him out of the game. They can't keep him in there after a hit like that.
Yeah, after a scary hit like that, you want to recognize for player safety, keeping him out of the game.
Now, unfortunately, he misses next week against Birmingham. That concussion protocol.
Upperclassmen, plan ahead for the 8 a.m. college visits happening next week. Harvey Mudd will be here on Monday, Seattle University on Tuesday, UCLA on Thursday, and Friday, Santa Clara University will be here.
Let's just hope Nick Brenner's doing okay.
And we see these Notre Dame players trying to see if their brother is okay. We see Kevin Rooney standing over him.
And now, that is never intended after a hit like that, but he aimed for the ball, and that was a clean hit, actually.
Well, Nick Brenner's still down. Well, this Notre Dame offense is very fortunate to have a plethora of skillful running backs. It's going to be a tough loss losing Nick Brenner right now in this game, but I think they're going to be okay with the other running backs that they have.
Yeah, Mo and Anthony definitely bring a lot to the table. So does Nick here. He's a speedy guy.
And Coach Kramer's still talking to him. She's holding his helmet.
Yeah, they should take it off.
I think they're going to
not
take it
going
off.
back in the game. Poor Nick. Don't want to see that.
And this has been a very good game of character, of course, as we see the Notre Dame players kneeling.
Paraclete showing their respect too.
It's always tough seeing one of your brothers goes down. When you're in a competition, it's such a hard sight to see. I think Nick is going to be okay, but Coach Kramer and her staff want to make sure that everyone's as safe as possible as we see the castle sit down. When it comes to these neck injuries and head injuries, keeping the head stable and keeping everything stable is very important. So that's what this training staff is doing here for Nick.
Right, you don't want any sudden movements. Nor, I wouldn't want to see him out on a stretcher, but it might be necessary. And they're lifting him up now.
So Nick sits up, but they're actually
Uh-oh.
going to take him back down.
Yeah, this might be serious.
Yeah. Nick Brenner, a member of this 2020 senior class, one of 23 skillful seniors that help this Notre Dame team every single day. As we see Coach McNabb speaking to the Paraclete coach, conversing.
Calling an ambulance. Yeah, he was having cognitive issues. As you see, he couldn't even get up. That's not good.
Coach Kramer is on the phone. We did see movement from Nick, but he doesn't seem to be moving that much right now as he moves his left leg.
You know, you want to get him in a stable condition and make sure he's okay.
And I'm sure if the Paraclete player never meant to hurt Nick, but this stuff just happens. It's football, unfortunately.
It's part of football, yeah.
That's been a big conflict, current event. Keeping players safe in these head injuries are just devastating.
Right, and it comes down to the coaching. You know, you got to know how to wrap up. You got to know what side to put your head on. You want to keep your head on the outside. And, you know, I encourage football players to wrestle and learn how to take down properly.
So it is 22-7, Notre Dame over Paraclete. We still see a team over Nick.
He said, like, don't talk as much out of respect because they're, like, calling an ambulance. Sign off, right? No, they're not sign off. They're not sign off. Never mind. They're not thinking. They're calling an ambulance. So they should just say that. Just use. No, he said don't talk. Oh, don't talk. Oh, okay. Never mind. I didn't hear what he said. I'm tired. I just hit my head really hard.
Not that hard. Dude, what if he never...
Yeah, I know. That was a pretty bad hit. Like,
It's right in there.
That was bad.
Wait, can they hear everything?
Yeah, next one. That was bad, bro.
Dude, I didn't know I already had your phone number.
Should we go to a break?
Max?
Yeah, because
Should we go to a break? Shouldn't we go to a break?
Maeve asked me.
Do we need to be filming this?
Yeah.
Just say.
Yeah, I want to like put this on YouTube. Yeah.
That's what I was saying. Dude, I think you should just do the.
I mean, they already put the play on there. Dude, that was a badass. Oh, dude. Shit. Dude.
Yeah, there you go.
My phone just died.
Bad hit, really bad hit.
Yeah, no, that was. I said that was clean, but he went for the ball and his head went into the.
What is going on? Dude. So our prayers and our thoughts are for Nick Brenner right now, who had to get paramedics called for him.
Yeah, it's a scary sight here at Notre Dame. This is the quietest I've ever heard this stadium. Such a scary sight, and we hate when that happens. I know the Paraclete player didn't mean to do it, but what happened happened, and now we see Nick Brenner getting transported via ambulance. But the game is going to go on here. We have 9 minutes and 45 seconds left in the fourth quarter with Notre Dame up 22-7.
Be Paraclete's ball, 1st and 10 at the 15.
I wouldn't be surprised to see some new added fire for this Notre Dame team, fighting for their brother, Nick Brenner, doing all they can to show out for him,
Definitely.
support.
Yeah, the rest of the game should be definitely dedicated to him and his family. Just play to the best of their ability so far. And we pray for Nick's family, hope that he will be fine.
So the band is back up. Members of the castle are still here. They're sitting down. We see the teams warming up. Both teams were standing, watching Nick Brenner while he was laying down. So now they need a warm-up, just getting a little stretch in before we resume this game. We were not sure if this game was going to go on, ladies and gentlemen, but both coaches decided to keep their players on their field, and for the Knights doing this for Nick Brenner.
Finishing the game strong. That's part of the game. So now we'll see Anthony Spearman in the backfield for Notre Dame. I think Mo will be reserved. We haven't seen him on the field too much, neither on defense after the first half. But in the second half here, the key will be to, in the fourth quarter here, will be to run out of the clock. Paraclete will have to manage time very efficiently, use their timeouts wisely, and essentially their pass game has to improve because that's what has to lead them to victory right now. No, but as we've seen, definitely hard-hitting defense, and they're coming out with another motivation too. They do not want to be shut out.
Yeah, and they got their first touchdown not too long ago. So the teams are coming back out onto the field. They seem ready to go. Ambulance still here, but this game is going to go on.
No, we want to show complete respect to Nick and
most definitely, and
everyone involved.
Our community is praying for Nick at this time, as we see the lights still in the background. But this game is going to go on.
I see Burkhead in the backfield for Paraclete.
So it's a pass play. And he gets taken down. Number 85, doing it for his brother Nick Brenner, Adrian Aguirre, getting it done. And again, we hope that Nick can walk away from this healthy, and we wish him all the best.
Definitely won't want to see him before the season ends.
So we see this Paraclete offense set up again with a 2nd and 15 here. Ball on the 10 in the shotgun formation. Let's see what happens. It's a pass play.
Off the hands of Nicholas Wyatt.
Now he kind of dropped it, but he almost had it, but unfortunately stepped out of bounds there. So it's going to be 3rd and 15 with the ball on 10 with around 9 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
Elias Larry locking down his side of the field. And Justin Horton also in charge of that cover.
Yeah, Justin Horton, he's a senior captain for this team. A huge defensive aspect. Very dangerous in interceptions and deflections for this Notre Dame defense, as it's a pass play. Pocket collapses. He's getting
And here comes
chased.
John Loro.
And he pulls him down. Is that a... They're asking for the horse collar.
He did pull him down by his jersey. That was not a collar. That was a clean tackle.
That did look close to me, but No flag will be on the play, and that sets up a 4th and 5 with the ball on the 15. So unsure of what's happening here.
I feel like the coaches are trying to fight for that dirty tackle, but look clean to me. He didn't.
So the special teams for Paraclete is going to come onto the field as Evan McClurkin is in the backfield for the Knights awaiting the punt. Evan's getting yelled at by his coaches to come up a little closer.
It is
And he's right there.
And call for the fair catch.
Good awareness by Evan to know that number 2 is coming near him and makes the fair catch there.
They will take the ball from the 43-yard line. And then 7:56 left here in the 4th quarter. So they're going to want to chew down the clock and shut out this Paraclete offense.
So we see the ambulance drive away here. We pray that Nick Brenner is going to be okay, and our thoughts and prayers are with him. So Siskowicz comes onto the field at around the 44-yard line of Paraclete's side of the field, looking to make some more disruption for this Paraclete defense. And it's a fumble. Picked up by Paraclete defense number 8, Micah Adams.
And that would be Samuel Black who lost the ball.
And many people underestimate the importance of a good handoff. If you don't do it right, you're just going to fumble the ball like that happened there.
That was the junior's first touch of the game. However, he will be back. He'll learn from his mistake.
Tough mistake there.
Great awareness. Great awareness by the defense. And this helps them.
You're right. Many times defenses are unable to recover the fumbled ball, but they jumped on that immediately and got it back for CJ Mates on his offense. Fakes the handoff. It's keeper. He's taken down.
And he will not be denied.
Number 52, John Lauro, with some aggression there on the play, trying to show out for his brother, Nick Brenner. So we see Bankhead and CJ Montez in the backfield for this Paraclete offense. Fakes the handoff. It's a pass. And dropped by number 3, Nicholas Wyatt. Nicholas Wyatt, a big target for CJ Montez, but sometimes has trouble catching those wide open plays.
Well, Sean Guyton, Michael Aguirre, and Justin Horton all swarmed to him, all playing great defense on this ball. Would have been there to light him up.
So CJ Montez, we see a neutral zone infraction for the Notre Dame defense. That's number 65.
Dominic Nanny. Another one of these 23 juniors who will inherit the spots of these seniors leaving after this year. With his size, he can definitely contribute to the line and help this wall, this castle, defend against the run and move their run scheme.
So we see Montez in the shotgun formation with Bankhead, his favorite running back. He's looking deep. Pockets collapsing.
And
running
here comes
out.
John Lauro.
Goes deep. He's got him in. Number 3.
He goes.
Nicholas Wyatt.
Nicholas Wyatt with the reception. Takes the ball to the 6-yard line. First and goal for Paraclete.
Some late game action for Paraclete with 7 minutes left in the quarter.
See, these athletes cannot be denied. They are aggressive and they will keep coming. And there's hope for Paraclete.
So here's the replay. He scrambles out right. And then he sees Nicholas Wyatt wide open again. And Nicholas Wyatt makes the play this time. Clutch play for this Paraclete offense and for Nick Wyatt, the senior. So now we see in shotgun formation CJ Montez and Bankhead again.
I think you give the ball to Burkhead here.
and they let Bankhead have it, and he's taken down.
Number 22 here, Bankhead.
Tony Romo.
Tackle number 85, Ian Garrett. Second down.
Good stop for the for this Notre Dame defense, as they are stuck in their own red zone, trying to make
For the
sure
first
a score.
time in the game, actually.
Yeah.
Here they're being threatened, but the Castle holds strong.
Now, if only Paraclete had the start like Notre Dame did, this game could have been a lot different. But we still got 6 minutes and 30 seconds left, and it's a 15-point lead.
This Paraclete offense is coming alive. And a timeout. Timeout Paraclete.
Paraclete.
And this leaves them with 1 timeout left.
Once again, the 50-50 raffle has not yet been claimed. If you bought a red ticket, you might want to check it. The red ticket, number 775107. If you have the winning ticket, come to the press box.
Congratulations to girls volleyball program who swept Alemany High School last night. The Knights start Mission League play next Tuesday, September 17th at Flint Ridge Sacred Heart. Good luck, Knights.
And a big player for that volleyball team is Jennifer Bolden,
Right.
who actually read the prayer for the start of the game tonight. This Notre Dame athletics, they are something to be messed with. Notre Dame has always been very prestigious in its athletics and academics, of course.
Of course, Paraclete cannot be denied either, as they went to back-to-back championships, CIF championships in 2016, 2017, winning 2017.
Yeah, and also their heart has been displayed here tonight, as they are not going to quit.
That's
Makes the
second
pass.
down.
Number 3 is going.
Down at the 4, hit by Trey Harvey.
Complete. Shot by John Romo. Third down.
So, Max, what do you think this Paraclete offense is going to look to make a score on this drive?
So I think the Paraclete offense is finding great success within the run now. They're breaking through the defensive line of Notre Dame with their biggest tool, of course, Amir Bankhead.
So shotgun formation here for CJ Montez and Bankhead. It's a pass play. Overshoots his man.
And intended for Nicholas Wyatt again, also having a standout performance tonight. You know, with the big hit and the touchdowns.
This crowd is electric here tonight. They don't want this Paraclete offense to score right here, and neither does this defense.
It's 4th down here for Paraclete on the 4-yard line in the 4th quarter.
CJ Montez right behind his center. It's a fake handoff. He's wide open, and he overshoots him.
Man, oh no.
My goodness.
He had a chance there for Amir Bankhead.
That is an easy touchdown for this Paraclete offense.
No, sometimes that can happen. A little bit overthrown over Amir Bankhead's head. You know, however, the defense was fooled. It was a great play call by the coach here of Paraclete, Dean Harrington. You know,
yeah,
played
and that's been the problem here tonight for Paraclete. Execution.
Exactly. So they started the game off kind of slow, but they're kind of rallying here in this 4th quarter. You know, their coach, Coach Harrington, you know, placed him among his accomplishments, places him amongst the elite coaches in Southern California. He has a .814 percentage, actually.
There's a timeout called by Notre Dame. That means that Notre Dame and Paraclete are tied at 2 timeouts left. So we've seen over the years the development of technology and how that's helped football. We see on the sideline big TVs going over pass plays. Max, how much do you think that's helped these football teams, specifically Notre Dame, with the new technology being used?
Oh, yeah, definitely. It helps the running scheme. Like I've been saying, their passing, it all sets up the run for Anthony Spearman. They all need to open up the middle, open up the sides.
So they do an inside run here. See if they can get out.
That's
Find the
Samuel
window.
Black with the carry. Gain of 1. Becomes 2nd and 9.
Samuel Black looking to bounce back after that fumble he had recently. He's a good junior for this team, just needs to develop. So it's going to be 2nd and 9 with 5 minutes left in this game. 22 Notre Dame, 7 for Paraclete.
Notre Dame comes to the line.
Another run here. Seems to be no game. It's going to bring up 3rd and 9 for this Notre Dame offense.
And this is exactly what you want as Paraclete's defense. You want to block against that run. You want to stuff those holes. And you want to force those 4th downs. And you want to force those turnovers for sure. As we seen a couple earlier in the game on each side. However, I don't think Notre Dame will risk it and try to pass this late in the game.
Yeah, I think that's the right call here. You're right, Max. With 4 minutes left in this game, doing anything wouldn't be smart for this team. They can just run down the clock here and take the W.
Yeah, secure the victory.
But they have a run here with Anthony Spearman. He gets free.
To the 12-yard line goes Samuel Black.
That's going to bring up 4th and 2 for this Notre Dame team, and I think they're going to keep him on the field.
Isaiah Navarro makes a stop. 4th down. Knights punt team takes the field.
And the Knights actually are going to end up sending their punting team and going to punt it back to number 3, Nicholas Wyatt.
This is a tougher punt. It is going to be punted from the end zone as Adrian Aguirre stands on the letters in Notre Dame.
The Knights have been finding success all night with their offense, but unable to do it here on this drive as the field advantage was just too much.
For Paraclete.
Punts up.
And
Justin Horton brings him down. Great open field tackle for Justin Horton.
You see, that's what you like to see. Great wrap up, very low, safe.
Now, Max, I feel like lots of people miss the importance of an open field tackle. Can you touch on how important it is to make those open field tackles?
Exactly. If your last line of defense, that's going to be part of that open field tackle. You know, your safety like Evan McClurkin or Justin Horton, they need to come up and get lower than the man with the ball.
And that's true. So here we see this Paraclete offense setting up, and it's a screenplay. But number 85 brings him down.
And Adrian Aguirre.
Stop pretty quick by number 85, Adrian Aguirre. 2nd down.
And it comes down to the wire for Adrian Aguirre. Letting Burkhead pick up 3 yards.
So 2.5 minutes left in this game. It's another pass play here. Evades some pressure in the pocket. Lets it go to number 3.
See, that was beautiful movement by C.J. Montez within the pocket to create his opening and find his favorite receiver of the night, Nicholas Wyatt.
Yeah, Max, you're right. That pocket presence has to be very, very clear for C.J. Montez so that he can evade pressure.
It's clear that he's very experienced in an enclosed area like that.
Most definitely. And he's only a junior. Lets it go.
Oh.
That's number 2, Jacoby Taylor diving out for the pass, but it's a little low.
2nd down.
Now, C.J. Montez's movement is definitely one of his threats. His movement outside the pocket is a little bit questionable as Notre Dame is better at closing down within those outside territories. But inside that pocket, he's just magic and beautiful footwork, something Coach Fisher would be very proud of.
Yeah, and he's a great frame for a quarterback coming in at 6'1", 180. Hopes to help this team next year and this year, of course. So shotgun formation for him. So we see he looks deep.
And he overthrew his man, Jacoby Taylor, once again. Great defense by Sean Guyton and Justin Horton. Double pressing one man. That's the best way to not secure a reception.
So we see Coach Dean Harrington trying to go over it with his team, figure out this late game comeback most likely if they can put it all together. It's looking tough at the moment, but you can never count a team truly out. So here we see Paraclete in the shotgun formation.
3rd down and 10.
Lets it go.
Justin Horton, great defense.
Horton is all over the field tonight, disrupting this play.
And that stops the clock. Becomes 4th and 10 with 2:10 to go. Now, when you see Evan McClurkin kind of limping off.
Hopefully he's all right.
You know, definitely want to see these guys hydrate. Drink your coconut water. I'm a big advocate of that.
And injuries seem to be a big aspect of tonight and last week, losing Cooper Meek and Nick Brenner going down tonight. These teams need to stay healthy because it's early in the season and cannot afford to lose their big playmakers this early.
You know, when league games come around, definitely going to want those people in your pocket.
Most definitely. So the pocket breaks down. Another missed throw for CJ Montez.
And that is a turnover on downs. It becomes 1st and 10 on the 34 for Notre Dame. 2 minutes and 6 seconds left.
So that's been a common theme for this Paraclete team tonight, execution. Notre Dame's pressure has been undeniably good tonight, only allowing 1 touchdown this game for Paraclete. So the Knights bring their offense out onto the field, looking to set up, most likely just killing the clock as there is only 2 minutes left as they set up with 1st and 10 on the 34. Siskowicz hands it off. It's Black.
Samuel Black.
Black has a nice little run, takes it to around the 39.
That's a great name.
So number 8, Black, brings it to the 39 for this Knights team with 1:45 seconds left. This is most likely going to be the last of it, with Knights up 22-7 over Paraclete.
Beautiful time management, you know, saving your players, not getting anybody hurt in these last couple minutes.
Yeah, trying to stay as careful as they can, can't afford to lose anyone else.
I believe they will give it to Santi now.
So they're waiting.
And Samuel Black.
Hands it to Black. Black looking for an opening. And the thing about Black is he runs very, very strong. He is not trying to get taken down whatsoever when he's running.
Very aggressive. He runs right into those openings. And even when those openings are closing, he still pushes full speed through them. Now, I really like that. That's more reminiscent of Mo's running. The thing is that Samuel Black is a little bit smaller than Mo, so he's not going to carry as much power as he is. But that's why I like Anthony Spearman. He's the perfect combination between the two, the power and the speed to get past those defenders and break into that secondary.
Most definitely. And Anthony Spearman and Samuel Black, Anthony Spearman and they're going to be looking for some growth spurts over the summer or throughout the year. Hopefully get a little bigger as they are only juniors.
They're still huge juniors. It's like.
Speaking of huge juniors, number 70, Adoye Salaman, he is huge for this team and provides not only that physical aspect, but he's scaring these Paraclete defensive players.
Right. You know, but these Paraclete defenders, they ain't going anywhere. They're going to keep pressing. They know what's coming. They're going to start trying to stop that run.
So we got about a minute left here in Sherman Oaks as Anthony Siskowicz.
And there's the offsides.
The neutral zone infraction by the defense.
That one's on Isaiah Navarro.
So that's a first down for this Notre Dame offense. And with only one timeout left, I think this is going to be the end of it for Paraclete, as there is only a minute left. So Notre Dame's just going to run it down their throats for these final moments in the game. And what a performance tonight by the sophomore Anthony Siskiewicz, really stepping up after Cooper Meek is unfortunately injured. So Siskiewicz hands it off to Black. Black takes it.
And the
Good
run forces
run for
inside.
Black the ball carrier.
Now Keone Kane for Paraclete did a good job on containing that run, but it did push it inside.
On that play, second down.
However, this will eat the clock at 50 seconds. Clock keeps running. It's second down with 3 to go.
So, Max, with the game ending right now, who do you think were some of the biggest key players for this Notre Dame team?
So we definitely like to see Anthony Spearman and the run scheme. And some of these O-linemen like Swanson and Quentin Lyons, big fans of them. Nico Navarro, Oscar Cabrera, these guys are who make the road for Anthony Spearman to run on. And Samuel Black with another carry. And that will be the game. As the clock winds down from 12 seconds, 10 seconds.
First down for the Knights.
You know, great game. Paraclete never went anywhere. Notre
So
Dame
that's
stayed
it.
on the pressure.
So Notre Dame wins it at home, 22-7, sending Paraclete home back to Lancaster with an L. So thank you so much for Notre Dame Sports Network. I'm Trent Rude.
I'm Max Trujillo.
Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you guys next time.
On behalf of Max, Rick, Mike, and myself, I want to thank everyone for coming out tonight, supporting these young men.